that theme there around the farming ecosystem. The Tana Delta, a land of breathtaking beauty and ecological richness, but beneath its lush landscapes lies a fragile balance between nature and the people who depend on it for survival. Now, the rising threats from climate change due to land degradation and unsustainable practices are pushing this delicate ecosystem to the brink. Now, today on Farm Guide, we take you to the heart of the Tana Delta, where communities are fighting back, and not just to save their land, but to try and build a future where conservation and livelihoods will go hand in hand. Take a look.
The Tana Delta, a place where life pulses through the land, where rivers breathe, and where people and nature have coexisted for generations. But this delicate harmony is fading. The land is changing, water is disappearing, and the people who have called this home for centuries are facing an uncertain future.
If you take out too much products, then even the ecosystem cannot heal to give you the services that you need.
For generations, the Tana Delta has provided nurturing crops, feeding livestock and sustaining entire communities. But relentless droughts, encroaching seawater and unsustainable practices have begun to unravel its lifeline. Where thriving farms once stood, salt now scorches the earth. The river, once strong and steady, now struggles to reach its own mouth. But the people of the Tana Delta refuse to surrender their home to despair. With the help of conservationists and visionary farmers, they are working to heal the land, restoring what was lost and securing a future where both nature and livelihoods can thrive.
The aim is to get back the land and put it into productive use for various priority value chains at the cost that can be beneficial to the people.
At the heart of this transformation is the Tana Green Heart Initiative, a bold vision where conservation and commerce walk hand in hand. Farmers, businesses, and environmentalists are coming together to turn crisis into opportunity, proving that protecting nature doesn't mean losing livelihoods.
The Tana River Green Heart Initiative is an approach which promotes private sector engagement in development in a way that follows a criteria that ensures sustainable benefits, sustainable jobs, sustainable production, wildlife and humans benefiting in using the same resource.
If you look at that model, it's a very good model. It has a model that has an industrial park, for instance, and this industrial park is supposed to be at the consumer end, at the tail end, to create demand. This demand is supposed to help the other parties who are doing the productive ventures to continue so that it is seamless. The activities continue, the restoration continues, our productive ventures, especially along the value chains, continue, and they have somebody to off-take some of their products.
In the village of Ozi, rice farming was once a proud tradition passed down through generations. But when seawater crept inland, poisoning the soil, the fields fell silent and many gave up hope. Now, through new farming techniques, salt-tolerant seeds and access to better markets, Aussie's farmers are returning to the land. The fields are no longer silent, they are alive again.
Hii ndio sindano mai, kwa kuzaa unazaa vizuri, na huu unahimili maji. Huu hata kama maji mfano yamekuja mpaka umezama, huu mpunga haufi, hawezi kuathirika kwa maji. Huu unatoka, unakimbia yale maji. Kila maji yanavyokuwa marefu, nawe unafuata kutoka nje ile jua. Tumeshirikiana na Nature Kenya kulingana na zile shida ambazo kwamba zinatupata sisi. kama shida za mbegu, shida za taaluma, kwa sababu hakuna jambo utalifanya bila elimu. Kwa hivyo tupate taaluma, na wao wamejaribu kiwango chao cha kutupa elimu, kuja kutuelimisha. Mkitaka kufaulu hivi muende hivi, mkitaka kwenda hivi muende hivi. Unatengenezwa vizuri, unasolewa na mama, kunaishwa na moto. Kama mwaka jana kulitoka hapa zaidi ya tani karibu 8 ya mchele. Zaidi imetoka, ilikuwa gari zikija na kuingia na kutoka. Wakati ukulima umekwenda vizuri, hatukuwa na shida.
Not far from Ozi, another quiet revolution is taking root. Mercy Wanyama and her women's group once relied on charcoal burning to survive, a trade that slowly devoured the very land they depend on. But today, they have found new livelihoods, ones that nature brought the earth and their families.
Kuna kitu kingine tunaweza kufanya, kikatupatia pesa zaidi. Na sasa ukishalima simsim, kama wakati huu unaona ndio unapiga simsim. Ukishapiga simu yako, zile pesa uweki, una deposit kwa shule. So mtoto akienda shule atakuta tayari pesa ziko kule. Kikundi chetu kiko members 32. Na wakati tulianzisha kikundi, tuliona mtu akiwa peke yake haezi kufikiwa. Ni kwa sababu ningekuwa peke yangu, Nature Kenya hawangeanifikia. So kwa sababu tuko kikundi, waliweza kutufikia. Na pia katika kikundi kuna watu ambao hawakuelewa hata mambo ya ukulima, lakini kwa sababu waliingia katika kikundi, katika ile mafunzo wakajua, wakaelimishwa na wakajua na wakaendelea kufanya. Na pia imesaidia wale ambao hawakuwa wanaweza kusomesha watoto, wamesomesha kupitia kikundi. Ni kwa sababu tuko na hiyo table banking.
The Tana Delta's story is not one of loss, but of resilience, of people who refuse to accept defeat, of a land that given the chance can heal.
We strengthen the community institutions. Strengthening community institutions, the CFAs, that is the community forest associations. The villages, we formed village natural resource and land use committees. We have about 105 villages. So we've done 55 committees around those villages. So these are very critical institutions where decision making and action is mobilized, because you want to create ownership. And then we have also done a lot of policy interventions, because you need policies to guide the process.
The communities are engaged, which is positive. They now know the benefit of conservation. They see it directly in them. We see a lot of positives in sustainable land management practices because of the trainings that have gone on. And you can see this in the figures that the project has come up with.
Wakulima ambao kwamba tuko nao so far wanakaribia 900. Na zile groups ambazo kwamba tuko nazo ambazo kwamba ni za TDCN ziko grupu 120. Napata wengine ni kama mimi ambao kwamba kazi zao walikuwa kupiga makaa, kuharibu msitu, kuwinja wanyamapori. Ndizo njia ambazo kwamba walikuwa wanajipatia mapato. Ninahisi kwamba yani ni kazi nyingine ambayo kwamba imenianzishia miradi mingine, na pia inanipatia vitu ambavyo kwamba vinanisaidia kwa familia. Kama bibi yangu na watoto wanakula vizuri, wanavaa vizuri, na watoto wanasoma vizuri. Hakuna siku ambayo kwamba mtoto anafukuzwa shule kwa sababu ya school fees. Kwa hivyo ninahisi furaha sana kwamba ni kazi nyingine mzuri sana.
And for us as Nature Kenya, we come in with the community don't have the financial muscle to buy these beehives. So we come in, support them with the beehives, support the capacity that they need.
Here, nature and people are not enemies. They are allies bound together in a fight for survival. And together, they are writing a new story, one of new hope, renewal, and a future worth fighting for. For Farm Guide, I'm Paul Thiongo.